Today we're going to learn how to use the oscilloscope. So you need a BNC to BNC cable, and you need your function generator and two power cords. We're going to go ahead and plug in your oscilloscope and your function generator. You hook one end of the BNC cable to the output of your function generator, and the other end to channel 1 of the oscilloscope. You're going to go ahead and turn on your function generator and set it to whatever frequency you want. So go ahead and turn that on. When you first start it up, a blue screen will show up, like shown here. This is basically, it's running some internal tests to see if everything checks out. Once you see a screen show up here, you can hit any button you want to continue. So I'm going to hit channel 1. Now pay attention to this right column here. This top one is the coupling, so to change between DC coupling, AC coupling, and ground. And then back to DC. The next thing you want to look at is voltage per division. You can change it to coarse or fine by just hitting the button. Then right here, you'll see probe 1x voltage. If it says anything other than 1x, you need to click on it. Go to this attenuation and keep on changing it till it says 1x. So it's proper scaling. Then you go back. And now you have it so you can see the signal. If the signal is moving, shown here, then the way to stop it is if you go to trigger level here on the right side, where my finger is, and this knob will allow you to change the triggering settings so you can get the wave to stop. So you go ahead and keep on playing with it until it doesn't move anymore, like so. Now, this knob right here, this top one on the horizontal position, determines the position horizontally, so you can move the wave on the horizontal plane or x-axis plane. This knob right here changes the scale of the x-axis. This knob here on channel 1 is the vertical axis, you can change the position of the wave. And then this knob here right above the input is a scaling for the vertical axis. Now say if you have a signal 2 in MEF, you have a red and a white line showing up, or yellow and red and blue line showing up when you turn your oscilloscope on. Just hit the red button twice and the green and the blue button twice to turn them off. And then hit your yellow button to get back to the options for the channel 1 that you're playing with. Now you can change the vertical axis till you get your wave on a sufficient scale that you can read it. And then use the vertical positioning to position the wave as centered around the origin as possible. And that's pretty close. Now to read the scaling on an oscilloscope, so you see down here, it says channel 1, 500 millivolts. That means that the vertical axis, every big square, so every dotted line horizontally, is 500 millivolts. So to say the amplitude of this, I count 2 boxes, which is 1 volt. Now to find the frequency, you count the time between 2 peak to peaks, or trough to troughs. To do that, you can change your horizontal positioning knob here and move whatever method you're going to choose to find the frequency. Or if you want a trough, then you move a trough to the vertical axis. If you want the top of the peak, then you move the top of the peak to the vertical axis. And then you just count the number of boxes to the next peak to tell you the period. And from that, you can calculate the hertz. And the period divisions is down here next to this M, and right now it's on 10 nanoseconds. So that means every big box vertically is 10 nanoseconds. So this is 10 nanoseconds, 10, 10, 10. So it's 10 nanoseconds per division. So that means that one period here is about 10 and 2 dots past that first big box, so we can calculate our frequency from there. So you can save images to your flash drive. You do that by just plugging in a flash drive, and then the oscilloscope will read it. Then to save the actual image, you go to Save Recall. Then you can change your options in your actions here. You can change it to Save Image. And that's what we're going to leave it as. And you can choose the file type, EPS, JPEG, PCX, RLE, TIFF, BP, or BMP. I'm going to save it as EPS image. And then you can select the folder you want to save it in. If you're done with that, you can hit Save Recall again. And then to save the actual image, you can press this bottom button where it says Hit Save. And it will save everything that's displayed. Once it's done saving, you'll see the menu again with the Save Recall. Just hit the Channel 1 button to go back. And once you're done, you just turn off the oscilloscope and unplug everything, and that's how you use the oscilloscope.